What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going live and I'm talking with Nick about content. Here we go. He's in. Let's get it. Nick, what's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Nice to meet a fellow Nick. How you doing, man?
Yeah, it's always great. Let me see if I can remember how to change my background. I was goofing around with somebody at some point, and it's been stuck.
Oh yeah. How does my mic sound, by the way?
Loud and clear.
Sweet. Super cool. So yeah, bro. Ideally on this call, I'm just looking to provide value to you and give you clarity where you see fit when it comes to content, where you want to post, what you're looking to get out of posting content. And ideally, right, if through this conversation, you might be able to walk out with a couple clips of your own, that you can clip and you can throw up on your page wherever you see fit.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, what's kind of your background?
Yeah, so my background, man, I recently got into real estate, when it comes to the whole scope of my life, right? So I started out in content. I've been in real estate now for a month or a year and a couple of months now, 3 months. And I always wanted to, you know, push and bridge the gap between that. So I started creating content about real estate as well. And I noticed I'm in a mentorship called Sub 2. And our
Yeah, same
mentor,
here.
yeah, you're in Sub 2 as well. So Pace is always talking about like he's like post, 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 and I have just taken that upon my purpose to inspire and influence others to post to their social media because it's the whole same mentality of like go giving and squatting up. I genuinely
Yeah.
believe that through this community, if we all post and we all follow and we all engage with each other, like we can all bring each other up and help other people outside of this community as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, what kind of posts, and stuff like that do you see normally have the best traction and kind of have the best reactions?
Well, yeah, before we get to that, because I looked at your account, right, and it's like we really want to start to identify like a couple things. You want to identify like what content do you want to post? Because I was checking your content out, so before I just hit you with a barrage of questions, we'll start somewhere where simple. Are you a real estate agent from looking at your posts? I saw like a listing and stuff like that up there.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of like my, one of my issues. Like, I have like the We Sell Houses LA Instagram. It gets literally no traction. There's, pretty much just, agents following it and stuff. I never post on there. I have somebody that I'll do like emails a couple times a month and they'll post it, like a email content on Instagram. That obviously is a people don't go to Instagram to read long essays.
Exactly, right? It's a mix of both, right? Because I noticed that on different platforms, on Facebook, right, people might like to read things like that, right? They might like to read longer text, but typically on Instagram, it's going to be a little bit different. So you were saying the account name again was We Sell
Yeah,
Houses LA.
yeah, that's my Instagram. I guess what I need to do is like link my like change that business Instagram to like I guess I don't know so it can post on my personal Facebook page also. Because what I'm doing on the agent side, it's not worth continuing doing. I mean, I've been doing it for a while. Post like a market update, a featured listing every month, and yeah, it's just silly.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out as to so you have this business account. Is this your company or is this like a brokerage? What is?
Yeah, yeah. So that's my company, for a real estate agent here in Los Angeles. But I'm kind of transitioning into like a full time real estate investor. Especially with Sub Two, I think that's a lot more fun. I enjoy that. I'm kind of tired of being a real estate agent. I don't necessarily want to give that up. Um, but I can feel like that would be a pretty big mixed message, where it's like if I'm posting like listings in Los Angeles to that, and then I start posting like wholesale deals and properties that I bought, I could see that could be people are like, hey, what's going on? I thought he's in Los Angeles. What's this stuff going on in like Memphis and Tennessee and Florida and other states? So
I
it's kind of
actually think you're in a really cool spot, bro. And let me tell you why. Is because you can bridge the gap that, I mean, you see Jamil do it all the time, right? When he talks about going direct to agent, developing these agent investor relationships. I think the fact that you're a hybrid of being an agent and being an investor, there's a lot of people that want to hear that message that don't have a voice for that.
sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I think you educating it. This is up to you, right? Into where you want to, and we could head down that path a little bit later. But it's up to you onto what style of video you want to have when it comes to, what I definitely don't want is I don't want everyone just because it's comfortable to start explaining like vocab words about what sub two is and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Right? I think we could get a little bit more creative, but what account, if you had to choose one account, is the We Buy Houses LA, the We Sell Houses LA, is that the account that you're gonna, is that the one we're gonna pick to grow?
Um, I guess I don't know. There's a lot of different things I'm kind of looking at and working on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm ramping up like a like a We Buy Houses site, and I know like that'll mainly be from like a SEO perspective. Um, so I'm having somebody kind of setting that up and optimizing, and I know YouTube is actually one of their highest converting channels for like SEO websites, which is crazy for what is it like we buy houses.
Mm.
I I never would have thought that, but are you familiar with like carrot websites?
Carrot, you said?
Yeah, so they're like a real estate
Oh yeah.
they're a company. Yeah, they do like the we buy houses
Mm-hmm.
sites. So they're the most popular one out there, and when they look at the data from inbound traffic to like people's pages, YouTube has the highest conversion rates. um so in some ways it makes sense to do something like that, but then yeah, I don't know. So I could do like YouTube videos for like we buy houses. I can do stuff here in Los Angeles for like regular agent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then also I did some posts for like some deals that I had in Memphis, and I got a bunch of people that are interested in them that wanted to do out of state real estate investing.
Where did you
So
post those?
on my personal Facebook.
Okay. So definitely I would advise like to choose one, right? Like if your personal Facebook is getting love and it's getting engagement there, continue to post there. If you want to post on both and it's not overwhelming, by all means, but if it does get overwhelming, continue to be consistent on one. Because the whole name of the game, right? If you're gonna draw someone over to your website, and Kevin Cho is a great example of this, right? Like if you constantly post, they're always gonna be on the top of your feed every single time. So the beginning is consistency, and it is quality over the quantity. Or my bad, I messed it up. It's quantity over the quality until you start to
Hmm.
see what works from your audience and what you like posting as well. So you said the deal, you were breaking down deals and that did well.
Well, I had a couple of deals that I wasn't gonna buy in Memphis, so I posted them as like, hey, does somebody want to buy a rental property with 2% cash flow? And I got some traction with that.
Okay. And how did the like what was the post about? Was it a video post? Was it a text post?
It was super basic. It just showed kind of like the property information, a handful of pictures, saying most people are happy to get 1% now. This property has over 2% cash flow,
Mhm.
and there is a bunch of people that are interested in it.
Cool. Okay. And this people, let's go into this because I think like reverse engineering it is like kind of the most important for clarity's sake. Um, like what would you say like your ideal audience member is that you want to be consuming your content?
That's a great question. I have no idea. Yeah,
So
I literally have no idea.
okay, then let's we'll figure it out. This is the purpose of this, so it's no big deal at all. What do you want to accomplish by pressing record and posting to social media?
I would say I don't have defined goals around social media. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's something that I should be doing. I know it's something that a lot of people are always talking about. So like I feel like in some ways I should be doing it more to, what Pace is always saying, build a brand, get known, have people see you. I guess part of it is to, to do more deals, do more networking with people that are buying and selling real estate, and I would love to have more, inflow of, great deals. I think
Exactly.
that that's probably a big thing.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely don't overthink these questions. Like the first thing that pops into your head is I would just advise you to go with your gut because that is, the great thing about social media is you and I could be having this conversation and let's say you and I just like dropped a post. People are consuming content of us right now. We're on a live stream right now and we can also like chat with people that are in California, right? You're in California? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm over here in the East Coast. So that's the beauty of social media is you're essentially creating clones of yourself and you know anyone can consume your content at any time. So
Hmm.
now that we know why you're doing it, right? You want to network with more people, create more genuine relationships there in the real estate space and overall just expand your reach. Who do you want to be viewing your video specifically?
Specifically, like specific individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I haven't I haven't thought about that much.
Well, let's do process of elimination, right? Like you don't want someone else might, right? But like you don't want like a kid that's like playing Minecraft, right? That like doesn't know anything
Yeah.
about real estate, right? We don't want any of that. Um, Obviously, if it's towards a real estate niche, we want you're an agent right now. You said you have a lot of agents that are following that account
Well, yeah, on the Instagram. So,
on
I have
Instagram.
Instagram. I have somebody, post on it, a couple times a month along with the email, and it's,
Hmm.
you know, I don't really know if it's worth it to keep doing it.
What's Is there a reason that you have someone else post on Instagram than yourself?
Well, yeah, so they also like it's kind of like my marketing person. She used to do a lot of like my listings for flyers and everything like that. And if I like write up the email, then I don't like having to send it out, then
Mm.
post it to the different stuff. It just saves me some time.
Yeah, that can get super time consuming. Okay, so you're using it basically like just like posting. You were using it as like posting up like a listing sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Okay. Um. So let's stay on this audience until we kind of hit it, because sub two is amazing because Pace's dream is so big, right? It could a lot of our dreams can fit inside of his. Um, and I always say like, listen, if you're in the real estate niche, start with sub two, right? Start with the people that are already your friends and you already have an audience right now because you've been, doing this. So, what do you do on a day to day basis? Like just kind of give me your day to day basis on the work week and talk to me about that.
Yeah, sure. So it's a mix of looking at properties, calling owners, writing offers, negotiating, looking at deals that are sent to me. And then also I'm an integrator, so I do, some integrator stuff. Always looking for, or kind of finding some good like business partners to, close my deals for me and stuff like that. So that's kind of the rundown.
So you're an agent, you're an investor, and you're an integrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you gotta be posting content, bro. People gotta see this. They gotta see your story. That's great. Um, so how do you when you're when you're pitching? Do you have to let them know that like you're an agent and stuff? Like when you're like trying to buy the property or whatever?
So I'm pretty much always doing stuff out of state. So I'm not licensed out of state, so it doesn't really matter. But that's something I pretty much always bring up in the conversation as a way to kind of build credibility.
I like that. And let me ask you, so you got your license, but what ultimately drove you to say, "Hey, I'm going to try this, wholesaling thing out"?
I don't want to be a wholesaler. That's not really my goal. My goal is to buy sub two properties. But when you're text blasting a ton of people, most people they want cash. you know sub two, it's obviously sub two hybrid seller finance, all these ways are definitely really good strategies. But in order to find those, you have to talk to a lot of people, you have to negotiate a lot of deals, like they always say, cash terms. So sometimes you just have to go with those cash offers goes first. And sometimes if a great cash offer sticks, like I don't want to buy cash right now. Like I just got quoted on a DSCR loan
Mm-hmm.
8% for a long-term rental loan. 8%. That's awful.
Yeah,
Like awful. So um yeah, so I guess I'm more of like an accidental wholesaler.
that's funny. I mean, that's so. These questions, right? I'll keep asking more because these are like how you want to start your videos off and how you want to start your reels, right? Like that whole DSCR loan, the story of how you got an 8% loan, that would be a great short form video to post. Um, but ultimately, because I want to get the answer out of you, what? Because so when did you get your real estate license in Cali?
Is there a specific answer that you're looking for?
No, no, like I'm
Yeah.
so basically I'm definitely I'm gonna get it right now because I think it's a really important thing that agents need to know, right? So like I'm trying to think
Mhm.
like through your audience, like what would they want to see? And because a lot of agents, right, they get into real estate and they start listing these homes, but you
Yeah.
took it a step further and you said, okay, I'm gonna start putting offers on these homes. I'm gonna acquire rental properties, sub two properties. What made you want to do that?
I want to own more properties. I originally became a real estate agent because I want to own a whole bunch of rental properties. That's it. I want that passive income. I didn't become a real estate agent because I wanted to be a real estate agent. I only saw that as a means to getting to know the real estate market. Um, to do that. Like, yeah, and I'm actually like I'm not really actively marketing or like doing too much on the real estate agent side anymore, just because the market shifted. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity with sub two, and I want to try that. And plus, I'm I'm tired of door knocking. I don't want to have to door knock anymore, and it's really hard to door knock when it's out of state. So that's kind of nice.
For sure. Um, okay, so what advantages would you say? Like you said, you haven't been using it that much now, but what advantages would you say? When you're negotiating or when you had mentioned one with the credibility, right? But what have you been able to leverage with that real estate agent license?
I think the big thing is just overall familiarity with the process, how things work, and just experience. I haven't done very many wholesale deals, but I'm already very experienced in real estate. I know how escrow goes. I know how almost every transaction becomes a pain in the butt. I just understand the business. I just know, like, we start running into issues with escrow, and I'm not freaking out. I'm like, yeah, this is normal. Like every escrow has issues. It goes ups and downs, and then after escrow closes, somebody's mad about some stupid thing that they forgot about. Like I'm just familiar with the game. Like I know the game. I know how it works. um versus a new wholesaler, they're somebody's gonna like they might be in escrow, and then the seller gets another offer that's higher than theirs, and they might freak out. They might not be able to sleep. They might be like, oh my god, they got another seller. Oh, I'm screwed.
Mm-hmm.
But versus me, I just double check my contract. I'm like, okay, our contract's good. Like we're solid. I
Yeah.
explain it to the seller and say, hey, if you try to go with that other one, um you're locked into escrow. Talk to your attorney. We're good.
So you've dealt with this before. You have the experience, and it's not like you're getting to a new step as a wholesaler and you're like, okay, now I gotta send this contract, now transaction coordination and all this other stuff. You've been there, you've done that through the agent stuff. Okay, cool. And this is like it's amazing, right? So like keep in mind when you have conversations with other people and stuff like that, there's always an opportunity that the main thing is just like being intentional that like that was content. Like I kid you not, like I recorded my morning routine once and like it did super well and it's you wouldn't think of it because you do it all the time, but like anything can be content. It's just about being like conscious of capturing it in a way, right? So what we're doing right now. Um, Talk to me a little bit about how you like source your leads. I said you were talking about text blasting and stuff. Is that primarily what you do?
Yeah, I'd say that that's the majority of it. Yeah, a lot of um, texting, and then I'm working on some websites, but that's more of like a very long term thing.
Okay. So the websites are they like what is that called? PPC, like essentially.
Yeah, it'll be SEO, and then in order to ramp it up, I'll be doing some probably PPC to kind of get more clicks on it, more volume.
Cool. And what made you want to go that route over to the websites?
There's only so many ways to get in front of people. There's texting, cold calling. We're already doing some of that. And then if you want inbounds, it's kind of PPC, SEO, direct mail. Direct mail, I've done a lot of that. It definitely works, but it's just really expensive.
Mm,
It can be very highly targeted, but it's it's just really expensive. You can spend $5,000 $10,000 a month on it and only get a handful of leads. Um, so that's why I'm trying some of the more digital stuff because it's a little bit more flexible. I'm trying to get a higher ROI.
100%. What was like the best deal, the biggest deal that you've done with direct mail?
So I got a phone call. I went to a listing appointment on a property in Venice Beach.
Okay.
Um, so it's a $2.2 million house, which is a teardown for over $2 million a teardown. So went, I literally went there, like knocked on the door, and he was in there with another agent. And then the other agent came out. She was really surprised to see me because she knows that I'm another, agent in the area. I was
Yeah.
able to, work something out with them where I sold it to a developer. They tore down the house, built a $5 million mansion, and I sold that for them.
Oh, so you double dipped.
Yeah, yeah. So that was definitely the biggest transaction I've ever done.
That's amazing. And so you sold it to a developer, and did you also somewhere through that, through like the relationship you created, ended up following him through like the completion of the mansion when they wanted to list it? How did that work?
Yeah, yeah. So we had an agreement where if I sell many properties, they're going to give me the listing on the back end.
Nice, nice. I think a lot of agents would like love to see that on their feed, you know, like something like that as to oh like you can this is how you double dip sort of thing.
Sure.
So like steering back towards that, what do you think is the biggest issue right now from you like getting content out to your page?
I think I'm not excited about it. It's not something I'm like super interested in, and yeah, it's just not something I really enjoy doing. I'm
Yeah.
not like, oh yes, I get to take a picture or shoot a video. I just feels like pulling teeth. Like I just don't enjoy it.
It's funny because you were excited enough to book this call, so like there's an ounce of it there, and like I just gotta like try and fuel the fire here. And it really comes down to like proof of concept. I think just like how like when someone does their first wholesale deal and they're like, oh, this actually works. If you can generate leads and you can find buyers through social media, like would you continue to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I know it can be done.
Yeah.
It's just, what is the route? What do you have to do? And then what is that level of effort, looking like? A couple years ago, I was a lot more frequent doing videos and doing stuff. And going back, it makes me cringe to look at my old videos. It was
Tell
really
me about it.
bad, but I didn't like it, and I never really got that great results. I think everybody has, some strengths, that's not really mine. I don't really like being on camera
Hmm.
for it. I don't really like the attention. Um, when I have something that I'm excited about, I enjoy posting it. Like like we just set up a Airbnb in Memphis, so I've posted some stuff on that, which I'm pretty excited about. But it's just that regular daily or weekly stuff. Like I just don't really enjoy doing it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. No, it really isn't for everyone, right? And it is like a marathon. You'll see some people like they'll do it, and you might not see the results, or you get winded out of that. But talk to me a little bit about what you were excited about, the Airbnb. How did you how did that go? Like virtually setting up an Airbnb.
Well, I had a partner, so I was virtual. He was 100% boots on the ground, so it was really easy for me.
Oh yeah, and it was just like smooth sailing from there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for the most part, I think we're just he's finalizing it this week, so hopefully he does a good job.
That's it. Cool. And you found this person through the community through Sub 2?
Yeah, he was actually on the creative, the general public Facebook page, the creative with Pace Morby.
I think there's like I have a theory about that Facebook group. I think you could literally like create a whole pipeline through
Yeah,
that Facebook group.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you make that out of your day? Like do you say I'm going to check the Facebook group and do that for a certain period of time, or it was just like kind of luck of the draw?
I do, at night when I'm watching TV, that's when I'll normally scroll Facebook and kind of post stuff. I think that's when I saw yours. Um, so yeah, I'll normally try to make it a point to go through and look. Um, I wish in Facebook there's no way to set up like alerts for certain keywords in groups, are there? I think I looked before, I couldn't find anything.
I don't believe so, but I'm not like the best person to ask to about Facebook specifically. I'm like just kind of getting into Facebook. That would be important. You would just be ringing once it says certain stuff, seller
Yeah,
and
because
stuff
like
like that.
if anybody ever posts about Memphis in either group, I would love to know that, because I'm making that my primary market. I want to know everybody that's doing deals there. If somebody has a deal there, I want to know about it. So
Amazing. Well, you said it here, so hopefully that'll help, and that'll show you a little bit as to why we can get you to post some content. You can, now that I'm thinking about it, you actually can search words in the group. I've done it before.
yeah, I know you can search for it, but can you do an
Alerts.
alerts?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah, then have you run any? I guess what do you say your specialty is?
So right now, like I'm not actively making calls, right? So I was making real estate calls for about a year, and I ended up closing around 10 deals.
Oh, nice.
Closed my first deal in March, and then just been doing that ever since. But yeah, ever since I was like kind of 1 foot in the content and 1 foot in on the sales, right? I was helping other people like generate script videos, film videos, edit videos, and all that good stuff. And I had to kind of choose one at that point. So real estate will always be the vehicle, and every now and then, like I get an itch to make a call and like close someone. Um, but I know that like through this and helping so many other people, I can always bridge the gap in getting back into real estate at any time, just because everyone that I'm serving is in the real estate space itself. So it's I'm always gonna come back. I'm always like teetering outside of it, even though I don't make content about it.
Sure.
But yeah, that's my primary mission. Literally, is because I did a challenge in November, and it was called the Just Press Record Challenge. We had around like 30 plus people from Sub 2 join, and we just posted one post, Instagram reel a day. And shout out to Nicholas Carlson. He ended up actually closing a deal and JVing with another sub two student just from posting. And
Nice.
yeah, he was just posting about like his workout or something, like his breath work, something like that as to what they're doing. Um, Little gem is I always break it down. Have you read the Sandler's Submarine at all? The
I
teach a kid.
started, yeah, I read a little bit of it. I didn't finish the book though.
Okay, I think it's in the beginning of the book anyway. Like he goes over the identity and the role. Did you read that?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So the identity. So I break it down in posts too. Like the identity, you can always like you have identity posts and you have role posts. So your role might be, you as an agent, you as an investor, you talking about setting up, systems with texting and stuff like that and how that works. And then there could be the identity of Nick, right? Like let's say you like to, go fishing, right? Let's say you play the guitar. Those can always be posts over there too because I would argue through real estate, this could help you with private money. This could just help you with networking overall in general when they know more about you, you know?
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean that makes sense, and that's why I was kind of thinking about, on the Instagram, still doing some agent stuff, but using that, putting more personal stuff on there to try to get more engagement, a little bit more well rounded, and then yeah, then posting some, what is it? Yeah, some personal stuff, some investing stuff. So I guess I just need to make sure that that's yeah set up where I can go and post it from the Instagram automatically on my Facebook. So if I can just do it both on the same time,
Hmm.
that'd make it a lot easier for me to do that.
I could send you a video on how to do that. It's like a minute video. It'll show you how to do it. It's super simple. And
Sure.
that's like the analogy I like to always use, Nick. I want to respect your time. Is like you just throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. Like, and that's kind of what you're like going through in your head right now. Just like try new things. There's never a net negative from, click and record and posting. You're always gonna
Sure.
have like one more like than you had before. One more
That's a
person's
good way
gonna
of
see
looking at
it.
it.
Yeah, that's what I tell myself when my videos flop. I'm like, it's all right. It's all right. Next one.
But one more like.
Yeah, we got more likes than we had before, man. So
Yeah.
I think if just some action steps, right? If you identify what pages you want to post on and start to schedule out some posts. I know there's a couple posts here that what I'll do for you is like throughout this next week or so, I'll clip them and I'll give it to you as a video and I'll put captions on and you can see through there, right? You can see your
Hmm.
engagement and see if people like what you're talking about, if you want to continue down that route, just more spaghetti for you to throw at the wall.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about. And yeah, I used to be decent at doing videos, but yeah, I just try to just do posts now. But yeah, I guess I just need to try spend like 5 or 10 minutes a day and just try to think of something easy to put out there a couple times a week.
Yeah, 100%. Like this is why I got my license. I didn't get into list real. You might think I was getting into list real estate, but actually, blah 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 blah
Mhm.
blah. Like you can use AI, Chat GPT, like all this other things to like just give you scripts. It's actually scary how good
Yeah.
that stuff is. But yeah, I mean, ultimately start off with what you know, right? If you'd like to post those pictures and add some text under it, like you've done with the Airbnb, it's never a net negative, man. So I'm excited to see your journey, and yeah, just I gotta follow your account on when you let me know which accounts you're gonna stick to so I can follow them.
Yeah, yeah, sounds great. I appreciate it. And yeah, yeah, make sure yeah, if you want to send me your stuff, that way I can follow yours. We can definitely stay in touch. And yeah, thanks for the tips and pointers. I definitely appreciate it. And thanks for trying to what is it? I know I have a lot I gotta figure out with this. So thanks for just trying to slowly and painfully pull it out of me.
Exactly, bro. You'll get there. You'll get there through action, man. Creativity follows commitment. So I appreciate you just scrolling through when you were watching TV and you decided to have a chat with me, man.
Perfect. Sounds good. It was yeah, great to meet another Nick.
Yeah, bro. I will text you my info so we can exchange social medias, and then throughout the week I'll just send you a video, and you let me know what you think, and I can go through with you how to post it if you need help.
Perfect. That sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
Take care, man. Let's go. All right, guys. This is Google Meet, so this looks kind of crazy, but I'm not gonna be here for much longer. Yes, I'm moving again. You don't know where I'm moving to, but possibilities are endless. This is gonna not be a Logitech camera anymore. It's gonna be a nice Sony 4K HD camera. You can see all my pores. So stay tuned, guys. These are content clarity calls where I hope through talking through Nick, you guys also learn something. And I just ultimately want to provide value back to the Subto community because of how much value it has provided me. And make sure you guys check out the new podcast, Vlay TV. You can also click my Beacons link, which is in the description, and check out any other podcasts that I'm currently working on. Peace.